Welcome back to the MBX Homes YouTube channel. I've missed you guys. We haven't launched a video in literally almost 4 weeks, and it's because we have grown from 30 properties to 35 properties kind of overnight. It's super exhausting, but so rewarding. Those 5 new clients are ditching their old co-host and property managers, and they're coming to us. And let me tell you why. There are some really bad co-hosts out there, and I wouldn't even call them co-hosts. I think they're scammers. We are taking over 5 new properties, and 3 of those properties have previous co-hosts. And let me tell you, this is not the type of co-host that I would want you to be.
That's what we're not going to do.
First of all, I don't care if you're doing it all, because if you're a new co-host and you're trying to get your foot in the door and manage other people's Airbnbs, it's most likely just you and a cleaner and a handyman. Make a professional email. You don't have to have a fancy website or a fancy Instagram, but the least you can do is have a very professional email that resembles your co-hosting business. Because at the end of the day, you want to grow as a co-host, you want to get some new properties under your belt, and you want to be a legit business and drop that 9 to 5. We grew our company 17% in 1 week.
That's impressive.
Before I tell you how to be an amazing co-host, let me tell you what not to do, especially if you're a beginner. As the amazing co-host that you are, you're definitely going to take over some properties. And we've been taking over properties for a while now. The number one thing I see is an unprofessional email address. I'm saying this because I'm taking over someone's listing. So I need to contact that previous co-host or that previous management company. And guys, the email addresses I see are absolutely absurd. I literally just took over one, and it was dj@gmail.com. I don't care what email server you're using, just make a professional email address and put that under your future company's name. Let's say you want your company to be called Beautiful Airy Homes at one point in your career. Just go ahead and make beautifulairyhomes@gmail.com. It will look so much more professional than Miss Princess 0302@gmail.com.
Amateur or professional?
Professional.
And let me tell you, you don't even need to purchase a domain name. Just make a Gmail address that's gonna make you look like a legit company that people can trust. And if you have the time and the funds and you just wanna jump into it and make a domain, there are domain websites that you could pay $10 a month, get some really great stock photo images of beautiful homes, put it together, make a super welcoming website. Nobody has to know that you don't have any properties.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. Use the word we instead of I. We will get right back to you. Nobody has to know that it's just you, yourself, and I being a co-host, and you still have a 9 to 5 job. Many co-hosts and companies have a termination clause in their contract. So when a new client comes to me, I always ask them, what's the termination clause in your previous co-host contract? And I'm floored.
And I was kind of taken aback.
Some of these co-hosts don't even have a contract, so guess what? I could take over that property literally the same day. Shameless plug, I sell my management contract for literally $15, links in the bio. Have a termination clause. Ours is 30 days. So if somebody wanted to leave my company and go to the next one, I have 30 days of still co-hosting to make another month of commission. Also, 30 days is super reasonable to have a really easy transition. Having a contract in place is so much more than just like an agreement between you and your new client. It really just establishes trust, and it shows that you are literally putting on the line. You're being super transparent with your new client. Just a disclaimer, I'm not a lawyer, so if you do download my contract, make sure you revise it to your own terms, and that's it. There are just some listings that you could definitely tell that these co-hosts set it up one time and they never audited that listing again. All the new updates Airbnb has done, all the new amenities that Airbnb has listed, none of that is filled out. And icing on the freaking cake, the photos are straight up iPhone photos. They're not showcasing this property correctly. Beds are disgusting. It's not light and airy. You know I love light and airy. This is your business. As a co-host, I get it. We're here to make commission. We're here to help a homeowner. But at the end of the day, this property is literally your portfolio. Huge recommendation, if you're a co-host, invest in yourself and in your portfolio. Hire a real Airbnb photographer to go to that listing and take professional photos. We provide all the marketing in-house, and Clients love that. I personally do it because I want all of our listings to be at a certain caliber and all look the same under my Airbnb profile. These co-hosts, these scammers, these property management companies, they're just getting a quick commission at the end of the month. They're getting decent reviews. They're bringing some decent money to these homeowners. That all ends when the homeowner makes a surprise visit to the property. And that's when hits the fan, because they're seeing that their property has not been cared for. They understand why their reviews are not at a 4.8 or higher. And honestly, that's when we get called.
Who you gonna call?
When a distressed Airbnb owner calls up our money phone, as we like to call it, we are starting from below zero. This person has already lost trust in all Airbnb co-hosts. Airbnb has a bad name. All co-hosts have a bad name. So we literally have to build a trusting relationship with someone who's been literally screwed out of a ton of money, because now they have to reinvest money into their Airbnb. They have to find a new co-host. They have to find a new cleaner. It's exhausting. I'm not gonna lie to you. Step one, if at all possible, meet with your new client in person and at the Airbnb. And I'll tell you why. You wanna tour that Airbnb. You wanna let that person vent what happened, why it's so bad, why they need a new person. This is your time to shine as a co-host and an Airbnb expert. You want to point out things that they might not even see. Oh, your lights are different temperatures. Oh, you're missing a light bulb. Oh, that pillow has a stain. Because these people are investors. They're looking at big picture. They're looking at the structure of the house. They're not looking that the pillow was not fluffed. That's your job. You point everything out. But there is a fine line. Don't insult the homeowner on their house. Just kind of insult the other co-host a little bit.
It was terrible. They were just sitting, like they didn't care.
So since you're going through the house or your FaceTime call with the owner and you're seeing all the bad things, this is your opportunity to say, I'm gonna turn it around for you. We're gonna do this differently, and we're gonna add this for you, and we're gonna audit your listing, and we're gonna use price labs to use dynamic pricing. We're actually going to care about your property. I flat out tell my clients, the more money you make, the more money I make. So this is a win-win for both of us. What I always tell my client, if I'm not really fond of a property and I know it needs a little facelift, I let them know, we have a portfolio, we have a company, we have a reputation. I don't want this property underneath my belt without XYZ being done and completed. And that to them shows that you have like some integrity, you have some morals, and you have a good head on your shoulders and you want your business to grow. This investor, they're probably a business owner too. So they're really gonna respect you for it. So your FaceTime call or your in-person walkthrough went phenomenal. The homeowner wants to see some paperwork. This is your chance to follow through with all the baba that you just told this homeowner that you're gonna do. You're gonna get a real contract. You're gonna use a real platform like DocuSign. You're gonna make yourself look so professional. You're going to ask the homeowner, is this contract going to be in your name or your company's name? In that same DocuSign, you're also gonna attach a W-9 form. Why? Because you're probably gonna issue them a 1099 at the end of the year. And lastly, you're going to send a direct deposit form to them. All of these 3 forms are going to be essential in making sure that yes, the contract signed, you have the entity name, and that the money is gonna go directly into that person's bank account because you're gonna route that payment directly through Airbnb. Once that DocuSign is sent, you're gonna email your client. Oh my gosh, John, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to meet with me. I'm so sorry that you had a bad experience with your previous co-host or property management company. And thank you so much for the opportunity to turn things around for you. I have sent over the DocuSign in your company's name. I've attached the W-9 form and a direct deposit form. Please let me know when those items are filled out. In that same email, you're also gonna list some deadlines and some dates so it holds you accountable and it shows that you're already taking action and that you're already excited to turn around this Airbnb listing. So you're gonna say, our handyman's gonna come out on Thursday at 2 p.m. to fix XYZ. Then we're gonna hire a new cleaning team to do a deep clean, give you a fresh start on this date. And I'm going to hire a professional photographer to come out and to showcase your property in a better light on this date. And your new listing should be done and completed by this date. Can't wait to get going. Thank you again for the opportunity. Please text me, call me, email me with any questions. Looking forward. Sign off. Congratulations, you're getting your new property. There are hundreds and hundreds of people out there trying to be co-hosts, and they always ask us how we get so many properties. And honestly, we stay competitive. I offer supplies. I offer basic cleaning supplies for the guests to use. My homeowners do not need to purchase toilet paper or paper towels. We supply it for them. Oh, you have a midterm? We love midterm rentals. Why? More money, less work. So we charge them 15% instead of the 20%. And lastly, if we score a super great midterm, like a 6-month stay, I'm personally gonna offer bi-weekly housekeeping free, complimentary. My owner's not gonna pay for it. Why? One, I wanna keep my cleaners occupied and I wanna get them paid. Two, I wanna make sure that I have eyes on that house and that my cleaners know what's going on in that house. And three, my homeowners love it. They love free, they love that we're taking care of the house, and they love that the cleaner gets to keep a job. And because we are supplying the cleans, we know that that house is gonna be in good shape after the 6-month stay. Not to mention, the people staying in that house would love to have a housekeeper, and sometimes they want that housekeeper to come weekly, so guess what? We charge them even more. So if you wanna be a co-host and you wanna be a good co-host, don't be a scammer. Have a real email address, build yourself a portfolio, get a domain if you want to, use a real contract, and invest in yourself. Invest in that property. You don't own that property, but guess what? Your name's attached to it, so you wanna have a good product under your belt. And let me tell you guys, if you have the drive, you have the knowledge, and you just wanna be successful, you really can succeed in being a really great co-host. So once you do all those things and you're doing a really great job of making your homeowners money, the referrals are gonna come your way. We are a referral company. Our clients come to us because they heard about us, because their friend uses us. And guess what? We love our owners. We're friends with our owners. We have great connections with them. They trust us. And we're all making money. We're all winning. Get into co-hosting. It's a great way to financial freedom and have fun with it. It's a really fun job. Get our contract, get yourself a professional email address, get those clients. And if you're in an awkward situation and you really just don't know where to go, talk to me. I wanna know what you guys are going through. We've been there. We started at 0 properties too. We're at 35. Get on a phone with me, book a call, and also just subscribe to our channel.